YouTube, what a YouTube daily output. Dre Day, and got a video coming from Valued Entertainment. And the title is Billionaire Admits He Was Wrong About. Billionaire Trump hater admits he was wrong. I haven't seen the video yet, but let's check it out, see what he's talking
Trump
about.
was elected, I was told that it was the end of the world, and that's what I thought. And I'd already underwritten him as an F, okay? And then 4 years into the presidency, he was probably like a C in my mind. And then as I get a little bit of distance away, I realized, no, hold on a second. This guy was like a B plus. Like, he was pretty good. I voted for Hillary Clinton. I voted for Joe Biden. But this is the honest assessment.
Can you pause that? He voted for Hillary and he voted for Joe Biden. He was a former owner of the Golden State Warriors. I think he made his first billion from Facebook, Tom, if I'm not mistaken. This is not a Trump guy. Keep playing.
I did, for the things that he was supposed to do, a good job. And for where every other president found a way to, frankly, make our situation a little bit worse, specifically around wars, he did not do that. And that is a huge accomplishment that I think needs to be acknowledged.
I think the thing that was smart about Trump
This is David
was
Sachs.
that he was willing to do business.
Who's this guy, Pat?
David Sachs.
He was willing to negotiate, and he didn't feel that.
David Sachs is Elon Musk's right-hand guy.
Oh, wow.
David Sachs is a guy that's probably, according to what you read about, one of Elon's 10 guys he trusts to process issues with. It's Sachs.
That's the guy. What's his, like his background?
He was the guy when Ron DeSantis announced his candidacy on X via Twitter. It was David Sachs that was actually doing the interview along with Elon. He's a guy. He's a made guy.
No, he's a respected guy. Keep going.
Feel the need to make these moral condemnations all the time. He was willing to meet with Kim Jong-un. He was willing to meet with Putin and Xi Jinping, and he avoided criticizing them personally. He didn't call them dictators. He talked about how smart they are.
Yeah.
It's the art of the deal, right? I mean, at the end of the day, he's looking to do business.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on that, Tom, when you hear Shamat here?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I think. I think you've got Silicon Valley thinkers there that are backing up against the backdrop of calming. Number one, they've calmed down since Trump. Number two, they have a backdrop to step back. And number three, now they have a little bit of history and a little bit of perspective in terms of what's happening now versus then. And they're getting back to it and saying, I go from being a Hillary voter to seeing perspective and honestly saying, you know what? I should have gotten this a bigger raise. I should have given this a bigger raise in my, rating than I did. And I think that is probably on the mind of more people than want to admit it.
So let me ask this question then. Let me ask this question of all of you here. So it is this crisis in Israel, okay, and Hamas. Obviously tragic, worse since the Holocaust. We've all seen the videos. We're following the story closely. Is this helping Trump or is this helping Biden? Okay, especially with Biden's 60 Minutes, or even in the 60 Minutes when the 60-minute interviewer says, even though the president seemed so tired, he felt this was so important for him to do this. It's as if 60 Minutes is defending how tired the president is, right? But is this helping Biden, okay, for him to stand firmly on Israel and backing them up? Is this helping Trump? Did the numbers change at all? What do you think? How this is helping out?
I think.
Let me go to Adam first. Adam.
Well, I think in an odds perspective, this is helping Trump. This is my point. So the whole thing that Shema said is that it was marketed as an F. He said that, right? He underwritten Trump's presidency as an F. A lot of people did. That was essentially my point. And then as time went on, time heals all wounds, as they say. It went from an F to a D to a C to a final grade of a B plus. And I think it's, people come around in all different time. Everyone has their own time horizon for when they come around to these types of notions. So at the end of the day, I think this is only going to help Trump. And, Biden, he's standing strong. Apparently, he's saying the right things. Apparently, he's going to go visit Israel this week. But at the end of the day, I think this does help Trump.
First of all, Pat, it's that same media that's trying to make Biden look like he's strong, and it's the same media that told us that he was this evil World War III maniac that was going to get us all messed up. And I think it's time for us to get pissed off, Pat, because That same media that ignored all it and tried to make us think that it was him, now guess what? We told you so. And now it's real. Now,
Not to cut him off, but I remember during the Trump presidency, a lot of the media was saying he was going to be the cause of World War III, destroying our economy, and just all hell on earth was going to break loose if he continued being the president. But if you look back at it, the world it seemed like a lot more peaceful globally, except for in the U.S. when you have a lot of people causing uprisings against, how can I say it, against Trump supporters, and people just didn't like him just because the media was pushing this narrative out there. And you had politicians like, I want to say Maxine Waters, standing in the crowd of people saying, whenever you see a Trump supporter or a Republican, run them out of their town, and everything that he tried to push as far as policies, the media was against it. But I think a lot of people are coming around, seeing the bigger picture, since they had time to see what's been going on here as of late. But let's continue.
when people were saying that we were on the brink of World War III with North Korea and everything, now it's actually in your faces. We told you that it was all BS, and now it's actually happening. We are literally on the brink of it, and it's like, you can't say, I can't point at them like we told you so, but like we were right.
I think it's helping Trump for one simple reason. Everybody doesn't like pit bulls. Oh, I don't like pit bulls. They're dangerous around kids, and you can't predict them. And then 5 houses on the block get broken into, and everybody wants a pit bull. That is the perspective that has come to America. And I'll break it down just that simple. And if you think I'm oversimplifying it, sorry. I think this is helping Trump, and the fact they don't even talk about Biden is deafening silence.
And Pat, I like the analogy you used about the mafia boss. Would you? I don't know if you want to unpack that again in this regard.
Which one is that?
Well, you said basically, you know, when the mafia leader is strong, everyone kind of chills. Whereas the mafia boss is sort of weaker, that's where chaos ensues.
Yeah. Again, that's the part about when it's peacetime, everybody hates a wartime leader like Trump. Okay, everybody hates, not everybody, 80% hates a wartime leader like Trump because the brain is not consumed with war, anxiety, and stress. So you're like, dude, you're so annoying, Trump. Stop. Like, oh my God, everything's not a war. You don't need to fight everybody. Relax. Why are you like this, dude? Everything is peaceful. And then when it's wartime, everybody is scared shitless of having a peacetime leader.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going on right now. Biden is not a wartime leader. He's a peacetime leader. He's a guy that's everything is peaceful. You come in at 9 o'clock, you leave at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Nobody can tell. It's okay. You're a peacetime guy. You don't work that hard. You're not always on the screen. You're not always talking good. I don't have to see this guy like Bill Burr almost said. You know, I kind of prefer my presidents to only see them once every 6 months like my mother-in-law. Or some of the girlfriends that you don't like. I don't want to see her too often. I kind of feel like that's the kind of president we have right now. But when it's wartime, you know everybody misses the wartime leader. Yep. You know who misses the wartime leader? Even the people that hated the wartime leader.
Yeah.
And that's the most interesting dynamic to see. Motherfucker, again, stand up, this big piece of shit. But you know what? We kind of need him right now, dog.
Yeah.
We kind of need him right now. Hey, Chamberlain. Yeah, what's up? You're not a wartime leader, bro. You got to go knock on the door and call that guy you hate the most. I'm not calling him. You got to call him. You're the only guy that he's willing to listen to come back. You got to go beg him to come because he's the only guy that can go up against this guy named Adolf. I'm not going to go after him. He's a piece of... You're the only guy that he has to hear it from. The only person that can make him come back is you. You better do it to save this country. You better do it to save the world. Hey, Winston, I can't stand you, but we need you back as a prime minister. What do you say? We need you back as a prime minister. Say it one more time.
Yeah.
We need you back as a prime minister. Who's your daddy? Yeah. You're my daddy. Okay, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Then Churchill comes back and he fights and wins the war, and all of us now speak English instead of speaking German.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast,
Yeah, that's basically it. But a lot of people are evolving. It seems like, especially with the time frame of the current administration, seeing what's been going on, and even though Waka Flocka has endorsed former president, but yeah, if you think I'm wrong, let me know. Leave a comment, like, subscribe.